Hello, Diablo community. Welcome to another Diablo 4 Campfire Chat. My name is Adam Fletcher. I am the Associate Director of Community here for Diablo. I'm joined here by Joe Shelley, Game Director of Diablo.
Jesus. Jesus. Oh, God.
We want to, obviously acknowledge everyone's feedback in regards to reducing player power. We know it is bad. We know it is not fun. And it's something that, we ourselves know that it's not the greatest play experience for players out there.
Well, this was an issue where they didn't balance their game good from the get-go. A game that just entered the first season shouldn't need a bunch of reductions in character power already. That's problematic, right? The fact that your game just launched and you already have power creep where you have to massively nerf affixes, that's just poor Q&A. Path of Exile, they did their stat swish after like 8 years.
We realized that it's taking a little bit longer than that, than what our vision was originally for a lot of folks that are leveling up, particularly when they get to certain parts of the game, like when they're World Tiers 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So we are looking to really to readjust the XP rates for those areas, because we aren't looking to have you hit this absolute brick wall.
I just don't see how do you say that, but like the numbers, because you look at the numbers. Like if you take something from 5 to 3, and then you're like, well, we're not trying to lower it. Well, then why'd it go to 3?
Vulnerable damage is far more potent right now than we actually want it to be in general across the game. I think I've talked about this before. And we need to make a number of, we need to kind of bring these things back in line. But this is a more complicated conversation than simply just saying we can take a bonus damage to vulnerable creatures number and reduce it by 40% in terms of the the amount of damage you can get accrue across different sources, and have that be the way that we solve this problem. Really, I think we all know that the ultimate problem with damage to vulnerable creatures is that
Stop making fucking excuses for this shit. Fucking stop it. Come on, man. Are you fucking kidding me? It's gonna take a week to change this, but we nerfed it now?
So I want to talk about our mission statement for the live game. And I think we have yeah, perfect. So there are four parts to this. We're going to start with the first part. We want the live game to always have a wide variety of viable builds to discover, to put together, to acquire the items for, and to optimize across all 5 of our classes. Second point. Every season should introduce new items and powers that keep the game fresh and increase build variety.
Well, you definitely didn't do it in this one.
Moving on to the third point. The live game should also have continually evolving end-game content. And that content needs to have high monster density for powerful builds to mow down, and it needs to have activities that challenge your build. And, you were just talking about how
the third one,
Nightmare Dungeons
didn't happen this season either.
I'll get to the fourth point in a second. While Nightmare Dungeons
and the fourth one didn't happen this season either,
are technically challenging your build. They're challenging.
So you 0 out of 4
in some ways that are not very fun. Being CC'd all the time.
Big topic right now is inventory concerns. We've heard from players. I know we've talked about gems and so forth actually becoming materials in Season 2, which to help out with some inventory concerns specifically. I know you guys have information, at least in regards to stash, and what might be coming in 1.1.1.
Yes. So certainly the gem change is still coming in Season 2, like you said, but we need more stash help now, right? And so in 1.1.1, we're going to be adding an additional stash tab for players so they can store more aspects, more Malignant Hearts.
Bro, we need more than one stash tab, realistically. They should at least straight up double the amount of stash tabs that we had. Like, the whole one more stash tab thing, I don't know. Like, why only one? Like, if they want to encourage us to play the game more, they want us to play more characters, more builds, they need to give us more stash space. Because stash space is one of the major limiting factors on how much you're going to play. They basically rushed this patch out for whatever reason. Like, why didn't we get, like, the Nightmare Dungeon density buff with this patch, right? Like, the thing is, you have to accompany negatives with positives. You just can't, like, beat down some builds. Wow. You can't just beat down some builds or some aspects of the game and not have, those positives, time. Yeah, players don't care about time. That's a dev problem. If you're not correctly appropriating time and you're not meeting your time constraints, that's a management issue. It's not a player issue. Like, you're like trying to divert the blame on players.
You're not happy? Nobody's happy? That's not good. You're not talking to a board meeting. Like, just act normal. The people that are watching this live aren't wearing pants. But this is my honest opinion. I think it's dumb that they put nerfs out and then they put the buffs out at some point in the future. I don't want to have to play a bad game for an arbitrary period of time until they can get their head out of their ass and make it good. Like, I think this is stupid, and it makes me not want to play the game. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not emotionally attached to this. Like, I'll go play, like, Remnant just came out. Like, I played New World again, play WoW. The new WoW season's out. I haven't really played that a lot. Like, I'm not upset about this. They just should do better. And that's the bottom line, isn't it?
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.